Is this important information for neurotypicals? They're not going to be aware of this. Is this going to be eye-opening for them?
Yes, stop calling them neurotypicals.
I explained to him that one of the best things to do in Coles is to stay near the cashier. I asked him, what is it that you find that the cashier repeats quite a fair bit to different customers? He said, flybys.
What?
It is something that they repeat. It is something, but they also say with each new customer, hello, how are you?
Yeah.
It's funny that his brain doesn't even hear that. Yeah. And I explained to him that they're not asking specifically about your condition. When I said my car will be okay there for 15 minutes. So he said he needed to watch the time for the 15 minutes. Check where his watch was and check what the time was and agree with me.
So you had bags with him?
Oh, no, he had hot chips and a bottle of water, pump, 275 or 350ml, I think was the big one. No.
You carry lots of bags?
Yes.
Interesting.
Why is that interesting? Me carrying the bags is a result of not carrying bags. It's a way to deal with... But I'm on the other side of this bridge. He still has no idea. He did ask me, why is it that when my mum says, let's get going, he is ready to leave and then has to wait 15 minutes for her? I explained to him that it's not about what she is saying on a literal basis. I said, one of your powers, and it doesn't feel like a power. It feels normal. That's the whole point. You just think everyone else is the same. This is one of the things that I need to explain to you. No one else is the same. No, when I say people are different, yes, people are different, but they're equally different from each other. You are different. Your difference is different, and in a different way, and in a different distance and a dimension even. I explained to him, when you process information, you can process it in such a way that no one else can. Okay? You process it at brilliant speed, quite effectively, extremely sharp. That is not where your error is. Where your error is that you do not possess all the data. And so in your head, 1 + 1 is 2. What you don't realize is that there is an extra 1 there, which actually makes it 3, which is why you have the wrong answer to begin with. What your mother is saying to you is, son, we are now disengaging from this atmosphere, and we have to do it in such a way that we do not destroy the emotional connection that we have built with the people here before us. And so therefore, the process of this disengaging is going to take between 5 and 15 minutes. Now, he, of course, is not privy to that information. He just hears we're going. So he gets ready to go. He then says to her after 15 minutes, Mum, it's been 15 minutes. Now, the mum subconsciously, all of this, she's doing this subconsciously. She's not even aware that he could not be aware that that is what she meant, because she's not even aware or at conscious level that that's what she meant. You following me so far? Mm-hmm. So therefore, when he says it's been 15 minutes, why has it been? The only conclusion she can come to is that he's being rude or obnoxious. When he is honestly wondering, why has it taken 15 minutes when you said the act of departing is happening right now? So I explained to him, from now on, when someone says we're going means we are initiating the process, and that process is going to take between 5 and 15 minutes. So it's a mismatch of his expectations incorrectly mapped over reality. The hardest part was at the end when he said he gets blamed for things and gets judged in such a way which suggests a discrepancy between what he is how he is being viewed versus how he is viewing the situation himself. Yep. And that made me sad because of my situation. Yeah. And I did explain to him that you will offend people unintentionally, and they will have no idea and stop speaking to you because of that. And that is something you will need to live with. What we can do is, as opposed... Sorry?
Add a disclaimer.
Add a disclaimer. Well, what we can do is, I can do my best to explain to you what I've learned the hard way, and to therefore minimize the misunderstanding frequency. Let's assume that now it's just random, so you upset people half the time. Let's say we can get it down to 10%. That's the best we can do. It is hard, though, that by me explaining things to him, it actually helps me learn a lot more about myself and the situation. So what I'm calculating and what I'm intellectualizing is what's occurring. It's happening to them subconsciously. So if I even explain to them that this is what you're doing, they actually will deny it, even though that is actually what's occurring. So for example, one of them said today, that's not what's happening. What's happening is we say, how are you? We don't want to know. What we want to do is say, I'm here if you need. And I said, yes, you're proving my point, which is that you want to establish that emotional connection to make sure that it is available if and when you do need to transfer data of significance. She said, well, I wouldn't put it that way, but yeah, that sounds about right. I was saying that to him today. I said, another problem is that neurotypicals or humanoids or normal people, the majority, whatever you want to call them, will try to fix you. Between you and me, I said to him,
We need to fix them.
yeah, we can't fix them. But I said to him that with our people populating this world, it would be a better place as far as I'm concerned. There wouldn't be the need for the idea of honesty and dishonesty comes from that mindset, that foreign mindset, where then because they live in a world that is beyond the literal, then they have this dimension where you can either be honest or dishonest. Mm. This part doesn't occur in our world. We have what is and what's not, and that's it. It's that simple. The world of mathematics. It keeps identifying with characters in different films that are the downtrodden or the outcast who develop powers. You know, like the nerd who becomes a superhero. Yeah. Either you are a bird who can't fly within a family of birds which can, or you are a fish trying to climb a tree. One of them is consistent with your view. One of them is consistent with mine. I tend to think, and I submit to you that you are the fish trying to climb the tree. In other words, you are quite superior in your domain, but you are trying to succeed in another domain. What we've done is inconsistent with that view of yourself. Yeah. Whereas you might be, let's assume they're all birds and you're a fish. You know, you can travel at lightning speed, but just in a different atmosphere. Very good. Is that enough?